first a bit on statistics.
Okay.
So that we appreciate the depth of where we are at. Femi said it. UNODC did a survey 2018, they published it. 14.3% of Nigerians did drugs the previous year. And that translated to about like 15 million people. To bring the significance to it, the population of Mauritania, about 4 countries in West Africa, are about 13 million. Benin Republic is 13 million. So if you then look at 14 million Nigerians using drugs, that's the population of a nation. So if we don't bring those figures down to people, they also found out that out of 20 people globally, 1 will use drugs. In Nigeria, it's 1 in 7.
What?
So if you get 7 people together, 1 may be using it. Out of 4 users in Nigeria, 1 is a female. And the greatest range of use of drugs is 25 to 39, which you said is productive
age.
So you can then begin to understand and imagine the consequences of what this would be to our country. But now if you look at your question as to, let me tell you, to themselves, they don't deny it, that they use drugs, when they're friends, but they deny it to you and others because they look at your, how do you look at them? How does society rate them? What do I do for a living? Can a doctor come into you and say, I use drugs? Of course not. So he denies it. No, I don't. I just use it occasionally. You know, Femi mentioned something about alcohol. Alcohol is the greatest use of drug available. But people don't say it. And if you begin to look at those sachet drinks, read the label, you'll be shocked. I won't mention them because of brand. Most of them that these young people buy this is about 42% alcohol content. And so, you see, the issue of denial comes from how the society rates them or looks at them. Jeremiah called me to deliver a paper at the last World Drugs Day in Abuja. It was on stigma and discrimination. If we don't deal with stigma and discrimination, people will not come out. The show of love, the understanding of their plight allows them to own up and they seek help. But in a society that was so judgmental, even within these religious circles, can somebody go to his boss in the office and say, I'm on drugs? Of course, he loses his job.
Right there.
And so there's denial. And I can tell you something, the NYC in Ondo State did, they did drug tests in about 3 years ago. 40% of coppers in their unit were on drugs. So where do they go to? Don't they go to offices? And so if any office today in Nigeria tells me that they don't have somebody who uses drugs, it's a joke. It's because they don't want to face the reality. So those are the things we need to begin to come to. And I like the fact that we are talking about this. I can tell you for free, use of drug should not be condemnatory. It's something that one falls into. I tell people, they say, why do they relapse? Why does a hypertensive relapse? If he doesn't take his drug, he will relapse. So we should look at addiction as a health issue, as a health concern.
Not as a crime.
It's not a crime. At all, it's not a crime. Those who sell, those who trade can be treated as crime. But the use, that's why Jeremiah has changed orientation. If they find users in the joints, they send them for counseling and rehab. They don't punish them because that's double jeopardy. The person himself is already a victim. So you are punishing for being a victim. And the same thing I say about universities, we must change. We were one of the people that caused the vice chancellors to change their paradigm. Don't expel them. Don't. They're just functional users, occasional users, social users who need help. That tell you they need help. And then so when you offer them help, they come back clean and they graduate. So the society in entirety must begin to change its view of this, not as a criminal intention. Criminal predisposition may occur, but it's not a crime.